going, I promise.
What's up?
Hey.
Man, there's a lot of us on here. Like, I love these lives when there's this many of us.
It's going to be a good time.
Right?
Hi, everybody.
Hello,
Hey.
Jen. How are you?
Busy.
She's on vacation. Don't let her fool you. She's out there just trying to live her best life and jump on Women of FWA in the middle of it because we schedule these lives while she's on vacation. That's just what we do.
It's my son's birthday too.
Oh.
Love. So it is May 19th. It is 4:45 Mountain Standard Time. We are a little bit late this afternoon. We've actually had some technical difficulties with a couple of us today, but we made it. We are here. And we have Desiree Ansley with Ansley Staining here. We're super excited to have her. And she's kind of in the hot seat today. Are you nervous?
Not at all. This is great. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. So we're gonna talk about like getting into leadership and jumping into leadership for a couple different reasons today. One more than anything is we have what coming up, Andrea?
Oh, we have this retreat, I think. It's in Branson, Missouri. It's only like 3 weeks away, I believe.
23 days. Not that anybody's counting, because we are all so excited. So,
we're a lot of work has gone into this retreat, and each one of us has been planning such great education. Our deadlines were this last week, actually, this week. I don't know when, but we would have been putting in the time to make sure that our education is on point for sure.
And I'll tell you, like, I've been looking through everybody's content on the education, and I'm like, holy crap. Like, there's registrations. It's $50 to come to this education, get this kind of material and take home resources. You're like, wow, okay. All right.
Awesome.
So, Desi, we're going to put you in the hot seat. I think the best way to do it is we're just going to go through and ask you questions in regards to your experience in the industry and about leadership styles and about joining the retreat. So we'll just, Andrea, if you want to actually get started, then we'll go to Michaela, Bailey, and Yadira.
Cool. I would like you to know a little bit about you and Ansley Staining and Exterior Works.
So my husband and I started Ansley Staining and Exterior Works back technically in 2000 during COVID. he used to be a project manager for government and commercial solar projects. He was traveling around the world, and we found out we're pregnant with our first, so we moved back home, and then COVID happened. Just bought our first house, just had our first baby. He lost his job, so we definitely had to figure out what to do next. And he was doing handyman work, all of these things, and it's funny, he started getting back in the fencing and staining industry because when he was 18, he actually had the Wood Defender staining trailer. So it's kind of like circling back and coming back to what he had done in the beginning. And I went to this leadership training, and this woman was like, so what are you guys doing? You're not just moms, you know, what else? And I had 2 under 2 at the time, so I thought I'm just mom. But I also had marketing experience. I'm very creative. I'm really good at design and social media management. So I teamed up with my husband and I said, it's time to stop being a check in a truck. We're gonna play big, and we're gonna do this. And I have this really funny video clip of him dancing this 2003 F-250 or 350, whatever, I don't know what it is. And we kind of grew from here.
Holy cow. Like, what a huge, like, hey, guess what? We're doing this. And usually it's the other way around. Usually it's the husbands that are saying, guess what, honey? And in your case, it's a little bit different. So I love that.
Thank you.
Michaela.
Desi, what are some challenges you faced in the industry as well as building your own business?
I think, if I'm honest and being transparent, it's being a woman in a male-led industry, honestly. Right now we have a really great team, but that's been a challenge. I've had pushback from a couple male contractors before, but we'll save that for later.
That's my favorite. I will tell you, that is like, girl, any of them men give you a problem, you'd be like, listen, I need you to call Veronica. Like, she'll be taken care of. Because those are by far my favorite conversations to have.
So
I love it.
Honestly, that would be it. And I was recently called mean because I asked him why he wasn't doing his job. And I'm really kind. We are so forgiving. We are the sweetest people. And I think that's why me and my husband have gotten run over so much.
Yeah.
We give a million chances. We're very forgiving, very understanding of life. And Christopher, my husband, recently got a business mentor, actually from the Stain and Steel University, Camacho. And Camacho is like, you guys have to stop being so nice because you're not going to scale. It's time to step into that ownership of being a business owner, and you can't save everybody.
And it's not your responsibility. You have a family to take care of, and that needs to be the focus. And it is hard to shift into that. You just find this balance of being able to turn it on and off when you're at work versus when you're at home. It seems impossible, but you'll definitely get it. I'm sure that everybody on this call can contest to that there's this magic switch that all of a sudden you're like, all right, it's business. So, Bailey.
Yes. So was leadership always something that like you saw yourself step into? That's what we're calling this live, stepping into leadership, right? Like what made you want to start wanting more professionally and personally to step up, you know?
So sorry, guys. I'm trying to honestly, this is not cooperating. I'm so sorry. Really just seeing that my husband can't juggle it all. And sure, we could hire on other people right away, but as this business grows, I really want to be involved. I want to gain those leadership qualities and learn and grow and step into that role, I guess, just because, I don't want to just be in the office and doing social media. I want to get hands-on and help our crew, or, if they need something. Like, for instance, a couple of weeks ago, I went in and the crew they were looking on the CRM for a customer. What do we do? And it was a repeat customer, and they were in a legacy file. We had started a whole new CRM, and I said, well, look in the legacy file. Their contact info is probably in there, and just simple things like that, and just getting involved with the crew and growing.
I love that. Yadira.
Well, what an awesome time to be able to do that with the retreat coming up, and everything that we have planned, especially if you do want to grow in the areas with, how to communicate with your team, how to do billing, how to get into other sources of revenue for your business. With the retreat coming up, what do you think about that? Are you excited about that?
Absolutely. I'm always open to learning and growing. We are the small mom and pop shop.
Yeah.
And we doubled in revenue since last year.
Wow.
And thank you. I'm mind blown by that. But the rate that we're growing, we definitely need the help. We need the professionals. We need, all the guidance we can, learning material, everything. So, like I said, we started from just me and him working out of our home, having materials delivered to the homeowner's job site. And now we have a 2,500 square foot warehouse stocked full of materials. They're like, oh my gosh, this is the real deal. Where are we going from here? We need,
That's fantastic. So one of my questions, I guess, is what made you want to come into the Women of FWA retreat?
Well, because at the fence show, I went and sat down and nursed my baby, and I fell in love with all these really nice ladies. I had no idea that were big, boss-ass, and were very influential in the fence world. And I just made friends with them, and I'm like, oh my gosh, all of you do what? And then my respect for you guys just went up from that. And I probably scared Andrea a little bit, because I was like, is there a Texas branch? What can I do? How can I get involved? And I asked her a million questions, and she was like, I don't know, we're getting started. And I was like, I don't mean to overwhelm you, I'm sorry, but how can I get involved? So
I love that.
And then plus Yadira, I fell in love with her. I didn't even know she was the big guy's wife. And I loved her story. Her and I had a one-on-one and just connected, because my spouse is also a cancer survivor. So that hit really close to home. We went through a lot with that, and I just love their story so much. And then plus she held my baby, and I had to try and find her in the fence show to get my baby.
For everybody that's heard the jokes about Yadira stealing babies during the fence show, ask Desi. It is a real life thing. It's not just us picking on Yadira. Like, it's a thing. So, Desi, I remember you coming over and hanging out, and you're like, can I sit here? And we're like, yeah, absolutely. Like, please come in. Like, that's what it's about. And being able to hear your story at that point, and with your husband, and we fell in love with you just as much. So and that's what that booth is for at the fence show, is for women to come over and have a seat and put your feet up and get to know each other, which is where the hashtag came from, that you can sit with us. So we're super excited about you going to the retreat, but I have to know, what would make it a successful event to you when you leave?
Leaving with a tool belt, a knowledge tool belt of like a bunch of other resources and systems, operations, all of it.
All of it.
Yeah.
Andrea.
Why do you think women in the industry need space like this? And what do you think holds a lot of women back from attending leadership events or stepping into roles?
Because women deserve a seat at the table too, not just men. That's why. And I'm tired of it being a taboo thing that oh, you're a female in the fence industry, and then you're past and like, oh, and then talk to the male instead of you when you're fully involved in the business.
Yeah.
That was a good answer, Desi. So about the retreat, what would you tell someone listening who's nervous about attending? I know it's totally out of the comfort zone, right? I know for a majority of us, it's kind of a new thing, and we're all kind of banding together to do it together to make it a huge success. So if somebody was nervous, what would you tell them?
Kind of like what happened at the Fed show. I just sat down and started talking to everybody and felt very welcomed. Sorry, the noise in the background's annoying. Is that loud?
Yeah, the wind is actually catching your mic just right.
I wish I could turn this audio off in the background. Maybe?
So that's better.
Sorry, y'all. It was this or the hotel room with overtired kiddos.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta pick the lesser of the two evil. That's exactly where being a woman in this industry, like you learn to just bend and go with it. You're just like, listen, this is what we're doing.
Yep.
So for everybody that doesn't know, the retreat is in Branson, Missouri. It is June 11th through the 14th. We do still have some openings left. And so Desi, for those women that are watching, or maybe for those guys out there in this industry that are watching, that are just kind of on the fence about taking care of that registration, tell them, like, give them that. What do you think that you could say to them to confirm and to push them over the edge of stepping outside of the comfort zone and investing either in themselves or in the women in their organizations?
Just put yourself out there. Just put yourself out there. Don't be afraid. You never know what's going to happen unless you put yourself out there, and go for it.
Absolutely. Bailey.
You need that tribe, so.
Absolutely. I know we would all be so lost without each other, and the breakout sessions that Women of FWA had. It's not just that our tribe is those that serve on the leadership team with all of us. It's all those contacts that we've gotten over the years and set those goals. So it's huge and it's necessary. Oh, Bailey's puppies are in the background and they're not happy because they think Colby's home. So they are all about it. So, and telling her that dad's home. So, Desi, why do you think it's hard for women to invest in themselves or to have the voice to stand up and say, hey, I want to go to this retreat, and I think it's really important to go to this retreat, or to take the time off to go, or to be away from family? Why do you think that's so difficult for women to do?
Because unlike men, we juggle all the things. We juggle our kids. We juggle home routines, managing our homes, all of that, and then business on top of it. Whereas men go to work, come home, and then they help. But in the back of my, like a female's mind, I think all of those other things are still playing.
Yeah.
So.
I get it. Andrea.
What are you hoping changes for you personally or professionally after this retreat?
How to be a better leader, how to guide our team, how to tackle problems, that kind of thing. And
love it.
And hopefully all the CRM, not CRM, but just other, what's the word? I don't know, industry secrets. Like what are you guys using? Because right now we're using Monday. We also work with Topline Pro, who was at the Fun Show. Jobber, my salesman, and Topline Pro was able to combine Jobber and my salesman, and we're one of the first people to do that and make it work for our CRM. So I don't know what everyone else is doing, but right now Topline Pro's been on top of it with using Zapier or whatever to combine all of those to help with operations. So I think seeking guidance with operations, team building, just all around everything with the business.
And it seems to be those round tables and those conversations. You can sit in, the education, but when you really get and you sit down with a bunch of your peers in the industry that are just as passionate and love it as much as you do, that is where the real nuggets come from.
Yeah.
Is that real raw conversation. So I love it. Yadira.
Desi, how important is it to surround yourself with people who are encouraging your growth and encouraging you to be better and to become a better leader?
It's huge. We don't, I'm going to be honest, we don't have a lot of family.
Yeah.
Both of our fathers have passed. His mom just passed recently. And we don't come from a line of entrepreneurs. This is all new to us. So having that kind of support system of people that have been through it, who are growing, who are learning and trying to scale their businesses as well, it's so different than friends and family who go to a 9-to-5 versus they're trying to build something, because they don't understand that you're not working a 9-to-5 anymore. We're still on vacation and Christopher's half the time answering customers, still talking with the crew. We're never fully off. And maybe when you scale your business to be really big, you can have that fully off time. But right now we're still very hands-on. And I honestly would love that kind of support system, because it's not easy.
Yeah. I love that answer. It is 100% people. We even ourselves too, like we don't have a lot of friends and family who understand the stress that we're under and the pressure from what we've built. So like you said, until you get to a whole other level, this is who we are. So I'm glad to have each one of you guys on dial up on my phone to help.
On the tribe. We're all about that tribe and support.
Yes.
All right, Michaela.
Let's see. So besides attending the leadership retreat, what is one small step someone could take towards leadership right now?
Towards leadership right now? Checking up on the people on your crew, seeing how they're doing with their whole life things.
Yeah.
I mean, building those relationships with your team is actually huge, because if you don't have that, then you could just be perceived as a boss or someone just standing there barking those directions. And it's a fine line. You got to make sure that you've got that connection and that openness without them taking advantage or,
absolutely that
not
part,
listening.
Taking advantage part, that we've had that before. And right now, one of our guys who's building his way up in the company, we just had to buy another truck because our fleet is growing and his family only has one vehicle. And so as soon as we were able to buy the next vehicle, we provided him with the work truck. And so little things like that mean a lot to us.
Yeah.
Weird. Like, who's this Chris guy that's like stalking our live right now? Gala.
Poor guy is probably juggling 4 babies screaming in the hotel room. Hopefully.
Yeah.
They're taking a nap.
He probably locked them all up. All right. So we are approaching that time. So we're going to get into some rapid fire questions. So as fast as you can answer them, I'm going to ask them. One word that describes leadership to you.
Integrity.
Oh, I like it. Best motivation right now.
My kids. They're a mirror.
I love that. Coffee or energy drinks?
Alani all day.
There you go.
Makes you poop.
Morning person or night owl?
I'm trying to be a morning person. I'm usually a night owl, but I've just recently started working out again, so I'm trying to get back into being a morning person.
Good for you, man. That's a struggle to switch over to.
It's
favorite thing about the fence industry?
You guys.
We did not pay her to say that.
No.
That's all I want to say.
No. And after the fence show, I was telling everybody about there's a whole group for women I didn't know existed.
That is actually my last rapid fire question is what has been the big difference that you have seen in having the conversations and the networking through Women of FWA and your experience through the fence show? What's that number one thing that stands out from last year?
The relationships built. The random check-ins, even if they're not weekly, like, hey, how are you doing? You okay?
Are you alive?
Or like watching y'all on social media.
Yeah. As we're a little late, like, because that's the way it happens.
Life. Yeah.
So that actually wraps up our questions for today. Again, if you are interested in joining Desi and all of us at the Women of FWA retreat in Branson, Missouri, go to fentshow.com. Actually go to events and you'll see Branson. All the information's on there. We're going to start releasing a little bit more about some of the education that's coming out as far as the courses as a whole. They are on the website for you to check out, but we might let some sneak peeks out there in the next 23 days. It's going to be here before we even know it. So yeah, check that out. We definitely have the fence show going on in October as well that we've got a ton of education on. We got resources left and right, Yadira, don't we? We're working on all kinds of stuff.
We do, but let's also not forget that I hope we do a little wine tasting, like work is all fine and dandy, but I hope we get some time to bond and hang out and chit chat and downtime, and let's schedule that in too.
Oh, it's in there. It's in the schedule.
Okay.
And it's open. It's
the itinerary.
Yeah. We'll be getting out an itinerary as we get a little bit closer and closer. But yes, you will see wine tasting in there. You will see some dinners in there. You will see some round tables in there and everybody just hanging out. I mean, there's a pool on the property. There's a private hot tub. There's fire pits. There's games.
That's cool.
So there is a lot of education that we're going to go over and a lot of resources you guys are going to have. But at the same time, this is a retreat, and all of the women in this group have worked very, very, very hard in making sure that this is something to invest in yourself and in someone on your team and good quality education and networking, but also to get the wine tasting and have the hot tubs and have all the things. So we have managed, I think, to do it.
Yay.
Super excited. So, Desi, thank you so much for coming on. Andrea, anything else?
No, I'm just excited to see you all in 23 days and learn some new things and have that girl time.
Yes, so needed. Michaela.
I mean, ditto to what Andrea just said, honestly. 23 days, it's on the calendar, it's counting down.
And it's not too late to register. Check it out. Spots are limited.
On different states?
Yeah, I'm in Wyoming, and then Andrea and Michaela are in Colorado. Yadira, are you at home right now, or are you in Cali?
Las Vegas.
Oh, she's in Las Vegas, and then Bailey's in Iowa, and we're spread out all over.
We have people coming from Florida, New York,
Minnesota. I think there's a bunch all over.
Mm-hmm. That's so exciting.
Ohio.
Yeah.
Ohio.
It will be a really good mesh of people for all of us to get together. And the great thing about having such a diverse group is that we all know that something that works in Las Vegas might not work in Wyoming or Florida or Indiana or anywhere else. And vice versa. So you actually get such a variety of information and be able to put it all together about what works universally across everybody. And so I think that's one of the coolest things about this group and about these events that we put on in the breakout sessions is really the diverse information that you get from multiple people. So, Desi, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate it, and we will see you in 23 days.
I'm so excited.
Everybody have a good night.
Thank you, guys.